It is here, season 2 is here. We're excited, so never fear. The next project in Eli's thrilling career is now live. It is true. I'm intrigued, aren't you? It looks like I'm stalling, that I'll admit. I bet that you want me to get on with it. So sit back in your chairs and turn down your phone glares while we watch and critique Ballet Pops. Forget your other cares, pretend that they're not there while we watch and critique Ballet Pops. It ought to take more than a simple vague platitude to bring back Courgette or Sissone or Attitude. I am grateful that you joined me for this review, so let's watch and critique Ballet Pops. La 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 do do do. No need for petition, for I know my mission. I'm not a physician, but golly, I blame my disposition on recent nutrition, and now my position is jolly, and we're far from being thrown off the deep end. Choosing this as a pastime this weekend. Once the intro is done, we'll get to the real fun and we'll watch and critique Ballet Pops. They were down by 1, what will their tale become? Well, let's watch and critique Ballet Pops. It's possible there was some sanity lost over the sudden appearance in a Treat Pop crossover. Marvel at the improvement in story and movement, 'cause now we begin. Once I let Bon in, time to watch and critique Ballet Pops. Sometimes I start stream late for a reason.
I was not prepared for that diss at the end.
There we go.
Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter is apparently not here, and welcome back to another episode of... Oh.
To do the T laugh.
Oh, whatever do you mean?
Well,
I'll send it to you, Eli.
All right. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, we're reading Ballet Pops today. The show came back. The show came back a couple of days ago, I believe. It came out on the same day as the latest Kesser episode.
Yes,
and
that was
just so
timing. I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's not your fault. You know, so things happen, and we're doing them in succession anyway. So you know, it's fine. I think the hype is still very much present. I'm pretty sure. I also know that there are some people. That, I know there's some people that also wanted to wait on this review before they actually saw the thing. So
yes, I was one of them.
Yeah. The parody pops are back with the pops. Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, there you go.
But like, listen, I was never gonna turn down the opportunity to watch Ballet Pops like live with the rest of the gang. Like, come on.
Absolutely, yeah. Even if the rest of the gang, obviously, including
the chat as well, naturally.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's gonna be like a full-on reunion of the parody Pops people because we got Jacob, we got me, and we will soon have Eli.
Yeah, any minute now, I guess.
Dang it, there goes my segue.
Yeah, I know. So, not in the back room currently. So. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's the real wear, isn't it? Okay.
Is that when you were preparing for 20 minutes? That whole thing.
Well. Yeah, more or less. I had some of it.
That was incredibly impressive. I was like, okay, he's still going. He's still going. And
You know,
you're still going.
I thought at first, hey, I'll just do a verse, like sometimes I do. But no, that's like my favorite moment in all of Ballet Pops. So I'm gonna pay homage to the whole thing because my
Yeah,
brain is
Poison
still
Pigeons
working.
is a work
Yeah,
of art.
absolutely. Okay, Eli's
And
now here.
Eli! There we go.
Hello.
Perfect timing.
Oh, thank you.
And she's got the nice dress getup. It looks great.
Thanks. I haven't changed my picture since the Jacobs, so
I was
Please,
gonna
I
say,
haven't
yeah, that looks
changed my
familiar.
picture in like 2 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, my picture is still Emily, so
Turn away. Is that from when you like disguised yourself? Oh, don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Stop it.
That's what it was from. So, could have joined too. Well, yes, because the creator gets a free spot. So yeah, you can join.
Hey, Eli, do you want to put some headphones on maybe? We're hearing ourselves echoing through you.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can.
I'll second that. You can't. Oh, okay.
I don't hear myself. I don't hear Jacob. Oh, now I hear myself. Dang it. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Oh, there we go. It's been a while since I've messaged Johnny on Discord, so there we go.
Oh, I could have sent it to him. Sorry. I should have done that.
No, it's fine. I just did. I just did. Yeah.
All right, so Ballet Pops. Like, I have been so excited for this. I've been active in the Super Pop server, and the amount of stuff that Eli had sent and how cool it looks, I'm so hype. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I have not been looking at that, partly because, again, I'm in a million servers anyway, but also because, I mean, I feel like I probably already know enough, I think, because if people don't remember how the concept of Ballet Pops started, it was a suggestion that happened on Gacha Review one time was like, oh, hey, this could be like a thing that I would do, because, what would actually happen if if the reason for a new pop's inclusion, the similar way the Super Pop started with a new pop, then they were already kind of an established group aside from her. What if the reason behind that was a little bit darker than the kid-friendly image of Totally TV?
Whatever do you mean?
Yeah. And I was actually convinced for some time that once Eli took over that mantle, with it obviously made more sense for Ballet Pops to be done by the person who does ballet. Once that happened, I was like, okay, this seems to be going in a different direction. I'll reserve that. Turns out, the season 1 was actually a build up to that original concept, just making sure that that the audience had the same had the same sentiments towards towards this whole story arc as the character would. In the version I suggested, it was mostly a case of that was like revealed over time, and that was a case of overcoming the grief and such. There was also no 8-year time skip, so again, it's not entirely the same based on it, but I'm wondering, especially because since season 1 ended with the remaining pops quitting for justifiable reasons, my biggest question right now is what made them return.
Right. I wasn't gonna like, this is the constant thing that I always like griped about with when season 2 was announced, was that I loved the way how season 1 ended. Like, I'm just a sucker for the not happy ending series, like Gacha series. I mean, I know Maddie can definitely disagree with me, but I don't care. But to hear that they were coming back, just kind of like, oh, well, that kind of defeats the whole point of the ending of season 1, how this is a very realistic choice that all 3 of the girls made, and they've all agreed that they hate Majesty and they're on my side, so it's great. And then now they're coming back, but now I'm actually like, as thank you, KW. As Eli also said beforehand, there will be reasons, and perhaps like what she said, I believe, was like understandable and realistic reasons, which then may then suggest that they can change my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a very open question right now.
Exactly. So change my mind. That's what I challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. I already watched this episode, so I'm not going to join, but it was really fun to watch. Oh man, that was that's a shame, because you crying on camera was a highlight of the season finale. because it proves like the idea that I've been trying to establish with this with
We love
my
sadness.
opinions of
We love
gachas.
sadness.
Okay, not just that, but just any emotions. It's like I said about Walt Disney, how his main goal at the time of Snow White was to what was to prove that not only you can make an animated feature film in the first place with functional human characters essentially on a technical level, but also that the animation could make you cry as well as it could make you laugh. And given the perception of the gacha community for the past however many years it's been, then it's that reigned true. So I phrased that a little bit poorly, but that's why it's like
I get what you mean.
it's good to see from that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I understood.
All right then.
You're the only one who can do it then. Good luck on the catchphrase one. I don't even know if you know my catchphrase. I was talking to KW by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about making people cry with gacha, which by the way, yes, I've done that.
I wasn't gonna plug my own stuff. I'm like, come on, man. This is Eli's time. I'm not gonna do it. But now that you've brought it up, sure.
Yes, but speaking of Eli's time, Eli is back now. So let's see.
Hello? Do I hear myself? No, I don't.
Can you hear me?
I do hear you, and I do not hear myself, which is great. And they're both rocking their Jacob's attire. I feel out of place.
Look at us go.
Jacob, where's yours?
I gotta get changed. It's in the closet. Yeah.
Go. Oh yeah, speaking of getting changed, I was so sure you were gonna walk out with a tutu. I was so convinced. It's like,
I have a tutu.
I was preparing something. I said preparing something I didn't specify. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only reserved for the thumbnail, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see it when I'm sitting down anyway, but yeah. Oh well.
On the lights, but yeah. That would have been such a funny reveal. You do that whole song and dance, and then you get up and you walk to turn the lights back on, and you're wearing a tutu underneath.
Either that or just I get to the chorus and they're the la da do 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 that part. That would have been the time to get up and
arabesque and pirouette.
Eli, how long has this been in the works? Has it been like a
year? This episode, yeah, since the previous one, the intro took me 6 months because I was also finishing my animation course on top of that.
Wow. So 6 months.
For the intro, and then I was working. I made an episode in advance, just to test how long it would take me to make an episode, and that took me about 2 months. This took me a little bit over 2 months.
Oh, okay.
This episode.
So not really
is that the reason? Is that the reason that you that you had a song to drop beforehand? Is that the reason for that existing? Okay, yeah. All right, makes sense. Well, in that case, I think we've successfully stalled enough.
Whoa, it's happening! Oh my god! Okay, it's happening. Everyone, stay calm.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
It's kind of funny because Johnny actually looks like the Greatest Showman right now with this attire.
Where are you serious?
A little bit, yeah.
Hugh Jackman?
A little bit, not Hugh Jackman, just the attire.
Yeah. Speaking of Hugh Jackman, I remember when the Greatest Showman came out, and at one point I was actually my first job. I was a theater assistant for a play in a week class that was done over the summer. And one of the questions that the director asked everyone was who was their favorite singer, because they were about to do some singing workshop and stuff. And one of them legitimately said P.T. Burnham. Not Hugh Jackman, the character P.T. Burnham. Not the real life figure either, I imagine. I don't know if he had a good voice or not. Who knows? I haven't looked into it. But yeah, I always remember that when I think of The Greatest Showman. Aside from Secrets of the Plex, that one joke that I made in the review. But oh well.
Oh my god.
Now, yeah, you remember that.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, dearie me. Okay. Speaking of reviews, that's what we're here for. All right. All right, without further ado, on with the review.
Already hype.
8 years ago.
Ballet Pops on ever.
Yeah. The power of the main stage.
Oh, look, there's the KW lookalike.
Oh,
You're making sure that. Well, oh no, the KW. Well, I mean, if you remember from the final this season finale, KW actually appeared in it. You sound like my youngest cousin, actually. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention.
Foreshadowing.
No, yeah, I forgot to mention. I actually thought to watch like all of season 1 again before this review. I didn't actually because I went shopping in the middle of it. But I watched episode 1, poisoning pigeons.
Naturally.
Episode 7 and episode 8. So the highlights essentially.
Yeah,
So basically, yeah, and it did actually strike me that like one of my favorite things is when you actually go back and watch something for a second time and you get like a different experience from it, basically. Yeah, like I always love when that's a thing because it's so rare case.
Why death was being associated with Juliet so much.
I mean, aside from episode 8, because episode 8 was kind of obvious in its build up.
Yeah. I remember that.
How am I going to survive 2 months without you?
I'll never leave you. Why are you saying that? Just in case.
What if something goes wrong? I love you. The final hug. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Aside from that episode, the foreshadowing elements from the other ones, are well, at least the ones I've watched, pretty effective. So again, worth rewatching season 1 for those who. Well, I mean, I assume people have done that already because as I've said before, whenever a new episode drops of a series that people have been following for years, is common custom. But that's where the music gets most of its viewer base, actually. It's the same people over and over again. Yeah. So I assume a lot of people have done that already.
Girl episode, I forget everything that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and in case you did, and I guess you didn't binge watch it, here is the montage for you, the cliff notes of what happened.
Actually, a lot of my audience is new for this season, so
I understand that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more obviously it's the Plex comparison than it is a Mutant Girl comparison.
Yeah,
but yeah, I imagine that if it hasn't happened already, that you will get a spike on the Ballet Pop season 1 videos as far as viewership goes.
Yes, I have. When I check my analytics, I'm like, that's a lot of views.
Now we're getting back into Mutant Girl comparison.
It's
go come full circle.
It's very much in the
you
middle.
know something that was confusifying me? How was Eli's music video for Casta had more views than the Gacha version edition?
I didn't hear the first part of that. What was that? Sorry.
It was confusifying me. I'm using wicked terms.
I know.
Eli's video for the same song got more views than my version.
Probably because Eli is the original.
Yes, and it was on the same. Yeah. That being said, my music video of Wings did actually outperform the episode that Wings was from. But so there are exceptions to that.
Yeah, same thing. I always roll my eyes when I look at your reviews of my content getting more views than the actual video. I'm like, come on.
Well, you know what? Aiden had the same sentiment when KW started reviewing Fallen Angels.
Oh,
not with all those, but there were quite a few of them that did actually, like exponentially outperform the originals. Yeah. So again, from reviews, it honestly depends actually on the size of the channel and all that stuff. But yeah, when it comes to the different from covers of songs specifically, it can vary. And a lot of the time, especially if a song comes out, if a cover of a song comes out at some time after the original version, or somebody has made the original version into a separate video, people have just already seen that version.
Mhm.
So same reason that I assume True Pop uses Eli's original version of Cast Out whenever making videos. the time they appeared in an episode 3 times. Anyway. Would have been a good time to include Bomb's version as well, for the sake of variety more than anything else. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no. It would have been worse because I would be worried that Tamsin would use it without my perms, but.
Oh yeah.
She normally uses my songs without permission anyway.
Yeah, and I don't. I don't tolerate that at all. I can see him.
Yeah, I don't mind when people do that with my ones, because I mean, that's just kind of the nature of stuff. But yeah, I do understand.
Speaking of which, did you know that Tamsin put you in one of her videos?
You're gonna have to be more specific. I'm featured in a lot of
like a recent.
I'm in Poisoning Pigeons. So
no, I know, but it was a really recent one. I forget what it was.
Yeah. I think it was.
I assume it was the True Pop
finale.
season finale. That I think Josh mentioned that as well.
But you didn't find out from Tamsin?
No, and I imagine that if I got to the season finale, I would have found out that way, because I mean, again, I don't mind if people put me in things or use like my songs or whatever. Like, that's, again, it kind of the nature of things. I make them to be enjoyed and shared, whatnot. But I do understand people wanting to ask for permission, or to be asked permission. And my camera got unplugged, so I'm Wemily again. Great.
Oh my god, Wayne!
Yeah, I hope you all heard that.
Wee! What happened to my camera?
Okay, Waluigi.
That was the original inspiration behind that.
What the heck was that?
That's a different camera.
I was like, where are we?
That's just a different angle of this room.
What? But okay. I don't know the rest of this room. That must not. Therefore, it must not exist. If the chat hasn't seen it, it doesn't exist.
It's like PewDiePie's legs all over again.
I completely forgot how Juliet died. I recall Juliet just disappearing in a flash of light and then just dead the next.
It was basically a Vada Kedavra. It was kind of a cheap shot, not gonna lie. All right. Oh, okay. I guess.
I'll be the reporter.
Confessed. All right, go on then.
Owner of famous jewelry store has been arrested for the murder of his niece. Also,
oh my gosh, she developed an accent halfway through.
For Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I just got headlines from around that time, so you can actually date it back to an actual date.
I thought so. I thought so. Like, if you see on Juliet's memorial picture, you can actually see that you see the dates.
Also,
so
I heard of black pink, but pink black.
Yeah.
Pink black debut.
I think the group you're looking for is Black Pink.
I don't know what
we're
talking
black
about.
Around this time.
Pink black
unless there was
literally hyper. Pink black is so in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
we only play Pink black on Wednesdays. That was weak.
I got what you were going for. Hum 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 hum.
Dang, Pink Black's hit new single. No way. All right, guys, you wanted a new cover. It's coming.
Oh my goodness. Well, who knows? Maybe after the Ballet Pops, this is what one of them did. maybe we know what Aurora got up to afterwards, but we don't know about Odette and Kitri yet. So who knows? Anyway,
Members of the
here we go.
A
Yeah.
former pop group Ballet Pops. The
So
Ballet Pops
did they-
appear at the court scene.
Did they reveal their identities?
They revealed
Yeah.
their identities during the funeral. However, however, Juliet, if I remember correctly, did not reveal Silhouette's identity. So how they're able to testify against him is a question I have right now. Yeah, because I would have imagined that he yeah. I'm like how could they have pinned it on him if I'm in the middle of a forest via magic?
I
Like,
see
what?
masking.
Oh, that's
Very
true. yeah.
nice, Eli. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who wants to be Robert?
Jacob, do it.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it. All right. I didn't do anything. Silhouette did. Oh, you know what? I also see the shadow behind it as well. I almost missed that.
But not his shadow. That was just
No,
Podium.
I guess because like that shadow was part of the background, and that's why it was like masked over. But yeah, all right.
He threatened my daughter on multiple occasions. Dude,
And I basically let it happen. So great.
the expression. We're all very neutral about this.
Evidence. Oh, Eli, you want to be the reporter?
Sure. Evidence says that he went undercover as a member of the infamous Bunglers group, using magic to assist in his crime.
What evidence? Who provided evidence?
Who was filming the Avada Kedavra scene? Who had the 4K camera that was filming from like 2 miles away in the middle of the forest?
Maybe it
There
was
was-
Olia.
Wait a minute. No. Hold on a second. Wait a
I
minute,
hope
Johnny.
it wasn't Talia.
Johnny, wait a second. It was a second. It was Spike while he was undercover.
Oh.
Mm.
I'm not getting the lore, no.
Yeah, little bit of a totally TV Super Pops lore for you there.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, Eli,
Little
is
bit
that,
of
is
source
that a new
material.
logo? Is that a new logo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my watermark. Yeah.
that looks awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
I hereby sentence you to 8 years in prison on the charge of first
That's
degree
it?
murder.
Now I see what. Now I'm starting to get the answer to my question from earlier as to what brought them back.
That's it? 8 years for first degree murder?
Also, yes, Spike. What?
Oh,
do
the
you do?
justice
Like
system
Spike?
sucks, so...
What?
I mean, when I
Oh, tweeting! I see you, Eli.
Amy accidentally tell me, I gave her I technically gave her a lifetime sentence. So I think that's
mean,
what
Years.
I was gonna say, no, your sentence makes more sense, but yeah, I mean, the other alternative way to do this would have been to give him a longer sentence, but say that he escaped for whichever reason.
This guy just gets thrown into the cell. Meanwhile, is his cellmate. Oh, so, you heard anything about mutants lately? You too, huh? What are you in for? Oh, I kidnapped a child and stabbed her with a needle, but she complied, so I don't think I did anything wrong.
Oh, well, the child that I kidnapped and that didn't comply, I had to actually mind control her via a ring and basically puppeteer her body. Yeah.
We need a separate series where all the arrested villains from all of our crimes they talk about this stuff.
Just sketches, yeah. All right. That could be a good Gacha story project, actually.
Oh man.
That bird watching when I saw the murder happen right on my totally legit camera. The witness. Also, I assume he's saying have his revenge on, I don't know, the judge or someone, because as far as I'm concerned, he got exactly what he wanted.
He's also admitting So he should probably
Yeah,
be
like-
getting
like-
a
like
longer
he can-
sentence for lying to the judge and lying to the court when you swear
Yeah,
that
if
you
it-
will tell the truth and only the truth while you are in the court.
I mean, yeah, that's that. Well, you know what? Another good point. But also, I mean, again, he achieved what he wanted because now the next oldest, member of the family will take over as per tradition. He gets to retire in some way, and that's kind of all he seemed to really care about.
I don't
So,
wanna be
as
free.
as far as it seems, aside from this judge right now, he has no reason to get revenge. So I don't know.
Leave me in luxury. BB will get that reference. By the way, sorry. While I appreciate the podium's shadow, the microphone, as you will see, is circular. But the actual podium, the microphone is Minecraft square.
Rectangular.
I am confused as to how that could have happened. Is this a different podium? It doesn't look like it.
It's the same background that I used from earlier.
Yeah, I was going to
Didn't
say,
pick
like,
it
I
up
thought,
when I-
yeah. Sorry, go on.
I am confused.
You've destroyed my legacy, and I will destroy yours. Oh no, he's gonna get rid of the next judge. Whoever gets appointed after this guy. Oh, this person retires. Oh no. Okay, interesting.
Why is this actually hype? Oh my god. Why am I actually into this? Go do this one. Go get your
Oh, okay. Unfortunate
Okay.
timing of the captions there, but
well,
other side.
Yeah,
oh,
Cat wasn't being nice to me, and I only.
Jet was just
It was
floating
like-
around. Jet just like hovered to her place. What?
You know
Well,
what?
that's her
We are
power.
in- yeah,
They
we
can
are in like
Since when?
Yes,
Since when?
she just didn't use that power. Like Jete didn't use that power. I don't think.
Oh
she
yeah,
would use it.
yeah. That's how you're gonna justify it. Oh, she just never used the power of literal flight, literal defying gravity.
there
She
was
used
there
it in
was
season
no
2.
there was no
This is
situation where
season
that
2.
would have,
What are you talking about?
there's no situation where that would have been useful. Like potentially getting away when she got kidnapped in Swine Lake. No.
Also, you've got like a thing on top of Jet's name. Is it Jete?
Yeah,
Oh, it is Jete. Okay.
yeah.
Oh. Well, there goes my meter scheme for the parody. And Giselle.
And that. Oh wow, what a frame to pause on, huh? They're a little.
Yeah,
flat.
yeah, true. Yeah. I'm guessing this is meant to be like
And
surrounding the
Denise.
building, kind of, but yeah.
I used a perspective warp in After Effects for that.
Yeah.
Establishing shot. Oh, whoa!
Ah, yes. The thing, the thing that I like to call the Alfonso Cuarón effect, which I am obsessed with currently.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's always a fun one.
Who could
Who
be
could be
bringing
bringing
me
me
at this time of course, I should have guessed. Well, let's see what grand
Nice.
idea he has this time.
And of course, another classic bed hair. One thing she's got in common with Kitchery.
The
Hello?
comforter,
Wait, who
the
wants to be
blankets.
Albert?
Can we talk about that? How they're like perfect and they're never perfect in Gacha, but they're perfect here.
I
That is
found
true,
two
I-
backgrounds of the same, like two versions of the same background online, and one was with a person inside the blanket, and so I just
Oh, that's
removed the
genius.
person, and then I layered it on top of that.
That's genius.
Easy masking as well.
Yeah, I would
Didn't have to
assume
think
so,
about
but
that then.
Dang.
Yeah, once everything's in
Lucky
position,
pull.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lucky pull.
you're right.
Nice.
Yeah, I deal with when we're looking for backgrounds. It's probably a relatable thing where you're looking for backgrounds for some reason, and then you find like a version that has either like different times of day or a different like effect of some kind of like, well, no, I have to pick this one. I gotta do something with this.
Speaking of lining up, I don't know what we have in the top left corner here, whether it's a window or a painting, but I don't know if that quite lined up. If you can see, there's a little bit of a.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I
yes.
can see it now. Yeah.
I'm nitpicking. I love this.
So there's the see, the more like I said with Kesuru, the more we nitpick, the more we like something. There you go. Also, you've got a request to sing "Defying Gravity." You want another full song with this?
I'm defying.
Another full song.
Just remove gravity, and I will defy.
I want to use pick free. Okay.
Same universe as Pink Black.
What will I find downloading from pick free? There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I'm very awake. Couldn't be more awake.
You can hear the crickets. That's the best part. It's like, this is not a normal hour to be calling someone.
Only thing I might suggest here, this is just a very small thing. I did not know that Giselle was not talking right now because the text is the same color as her text. I think it might have been a little bit better if you maybe changed the color of the different person who's speaking. I mean, I can clearly tell right now. That was just a small thing, though.
Okay.
Yeah, but you could tell right now is because her mouth is closed.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously in some gachas that's not a guarantee because people seem to neglect that part of physics. But in this series, that's maintained. Splendid, marvelous, fantastic, superb, amazing. Meet me in my office in 15 minutes.
Alistair, is that you?
20 minutes to drive.
We've got blowout deals at the Has-Been Hotel.
Throw the filter on, you're there. He hung up. Yeah, we know. Sound effects. Okay.
Yeah. Aside from the crickets, you know what? There's 2 layers of sound effects, but the crickets were consistent.
It's the
not only. Yeah, not only are we in the era now of of multiple audio layers, but multiple sound effect layers as well.
The duck! I know that duck, Eli! You love that duck! And I love it too!
I do.
Is that
It
duck
took me
your
too
version
long
of
to do that.
Is that duck your version of the Pixar ball? Is it just going to be like an Easter egg that
It better be.
disappears every...
Well, I guess. Now it is. I guess. There is an Easter egg that no one will get. There's a flower put next to the duck. That's one of my first 3D models that I ever made, like 2 years ago, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah. You will soon not defy gravity, as I will throw you overboard.
be on the tip of the plank. Yeah, I was like, so cast your
No.
Bro.
It'd be weird if it got to be pivoted to Candy Crush gameplay. Not that anyone has done that.
Oh, don't give me any ideas, Ghosty.
Yeah, that would fit in your series. Not Ghosty's, not yours, Johnny. Although then again, insert pops in trapped in Candy Crush. I mean, if they're going to be trapped in locations anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, you heard me correctly. Albert Penn just reminds me of Alfred Pennyworth so much. It will put us in the world's eyes. Bring rave reviews.
Well, speaking of reviews, definitely brought at least one.
I was going to say, he really is Alistair. This is exactly what Alistair does, if I recall correctly. Make an article interviewing the Ballet Pops. Honestly, I'm picturing those like reunion TV shows where they get like people who would be like a band or like some sort of like group of some kind, and they just like reunite them after years to see where their careers are and such. And a lot of times it's used as an excuse to promote whatever they're doing currently. But yeah, reminds me of that.
That's a little too real.
I haven't seen many of those aside from the Smosh parody versions of them, but yeah, like I'm picturing that for especially if they parted on bitter terms. It's a common reunion thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good idea.
Mm. And where they are in life after the tragic, terrible, devastating, heartbreaking, tear-jerking, harrowing event of their teammate's death and their separation. I definitely think I picked the right voice for this character.
Yes, you did.
Get ready for me to forget next time he shows up in an episode.
Don't worry, I'll be there to bring you back.
Well, the fans will jump on it, and it will bring so much revenue.
I'm Mr. Krabs. I
Where's
like
this
money.
newspaper?
Money, 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 money. But just a newspaper. Never mind. I mean, newspapers. Well, I mean, they don't have as much reach as they used to, unless you have online articles. To be perfectly honest, but depending on which newspaper you are, if you're local or not, maybe there'll be a more of a reach.
Who
are the
are
Ballet Pops?
again?
Oh, it's been 8 years.
Yeah. You don't know.
She probably wasn't even born.
Yeah, but by the way, one thing I didn't point out earlier. Obviously the 3D models on a Deska's decoration, it's a fun idea anyway. But actually, I can see the reason why that was a choice, because that way you can actually see them facing multiple directions.
Mm-hmm.
I get it now. I get it now.
Backgrounds are the best for perspective in a different room. It's beautiful, beautifully done.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I'm
but
just
it's one of the most
curious,
famous and
how
difficult
old
limitations of Gacha.
I was about to say, how old was Giselle when the Ballet Pops separated Eli?
She's about the same age as the Ballet Pops.
Oh,
Like 14
Okay,
in that case.
I was about to say in that case.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? She may have heard of them back in the day, but then forgotten about them in lieu of all the other pop groups that have emerged since then. Kichu's prediction did in fact come true. And it's obviously always going to, because that show obviously was referencing the stuff that would later happen. But yeah, at least in the timeline, but already happened in release order. You know what I meant.
Never heard of them.
I am shocked, flabbergasted, astonished, stunned, gobsmacked, mind blown. I'm just imagining a permanent thesaurus tab open.
I'm just picturing if this was voice acted, and that was the actual voice. I would just imagine full on comic style sound effects popping up on the screen. Shocked, flabbergasted, astonished, stunned.
Word Girl. This is Word Girl. What we're seeing here. Rocketed to my very core.
Can you tell me who they are?
Yeah, dude.
I shall
please.
steal that flower pot 1300 on the table.
Oh my god, I would die so hard if he just goes on another thesaurus tangent, and as he continues to go through the different synonyms, Giselle just checks her watch, looks up again. Anytime
we get one of those shots of the clock on the wall, and it's as it fades the 32 hours later or something. Yes, promptly, right away. Immediately, post haste. There. The Ballet Pops were a pop group active in 2016. Until one of them was tragically murdered, and they all went their separate ways.
Why are we?
I believe the culprit was sentenced to several years in prison. By my calculations, 8 precisely. I want to hear what they think of his impending release.
Oh man!
This was timed to perfection. Why do you think I'm doing this now?
Oh god!
Now the members are off doing their own things.
Right. You sure this is a good idea?
Do you want money, you little lady?
You have to find them all and get them in the same room.
At least they don't hate each other, so, you know.
Well, that we know of.
Of course it is! I always have the best ideas!
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Julie?
It's going to be expensive, though, if they're all over the world.
If
hope the
no one
company is
said they
paying.
were.
Yeah.
No one said they were all over the world. I mean, we know they were all from, you know, different
Prices
locations and such.
accommodation and that.
I assume that for, like, missions like this, you know, they have a budget, but, right. Oh, don't worry, I'll give you $1,000 to pay for all your costs.
That is
Depending
not
on where you're
enough.
traveling to, that won't get you
That's
very far.
Not enough. Yeah. In
Again,
this economy, I make this joke
Depends.
every
Like, if
time.
they, yeah, if they're spread across, like, particularly Europe, you probably would get away with that a little bit. But, you know, if they are, you know, if they are in vastly different areas of the world, then
Well, she's in
Possibly.
Montreal, so she has to fly from Canada to Europe first.
well, okay then.
$1,000 is not gonna get you there.
Hmm. I mean, it might get you there. Just won't, you know, it won't help. You won't. You need to cover your cost for everything else.
You also might have another bingo card. The next line.
Oh,
bingo was
did
that?
we Oracle power it?
Yup.
Oh well, okay.
But in
this economy?
Oh, and another
I
thing.
Something tells me
Yeah.
Eli had a secret voice that sounded a lot like me in her head when she was writing this script.
I've said this before, but this thing. Ballet Pops overall is definitely a post-Gacha review series.
Yes.
For a number of reasons. One, because, like, we're in it. And another, because, like, it was, like, an idea that was presented, like, on Gacha review itself. But also just because, you know, like, that's where, like, the hugest jump evolution happened. Not saying that there was none for, you know, for Jazz Pops, but definitely, considering the time gap between those versus the relatively short period from season 1 of Ballet Pops, like, you can tell. Aside from going to film school as well, that also was part of it. But again, you know, knowing how to apply it, like wanting to wanting to go in that direction in the first place, yeah. Like, I definitely imagine like I said before, I definitely imagine that I am the voice in a lot of people's heads now, especially in the Pops franchise.
I was about to say, have I joined the chorus of mind voices now?
Maybe.
Just like Eli writing the script, talking about $1,000. Meanwhile, like a distant voice in her head, in this economy.
Mr. Penn is a very defined character, very compared to the flat character as opposed to an RFA and British Pops.
Oh, dang! Taking
Said
all
right
the
underneath the
in the day.
Said right underneath a comment from the creator of British Pops. But yeah, I mean, not inaccurate, but still, of all the examples to bring up. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I'm sure we differ once we, you know, actually meet all the British Pops. I keep saying that. But anyway, whatever.
Supposedly. We digress, though.
I bought a ticket to see the Super Pops when they come to Montreal on their world tour.
That's cool.
Honestly, Super Pops World Tour would have been a great TV series. Or possible actual tour. Not gonna lie, if they tried to do like live performances with the Super Pops, then, you know, they probably get decent you know, attendance in different places.
Also, by the way, Eli, I hate to do this, but Montreal is spelled with an accented E.
Whoops.
Montréal.
Mm.
C'est comme ça, like that.
Mm. Bonjour, I am Saison Marguerite.
Very nice.
I was originally going myself, but I figured you should have it.
Gee, thanks.
So, as a reward,
Thank you for
going
giving
to
me a
interview-
ticket to a pop group that I've like never even associated myself with.
that isn't the one that I'm asked to track
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
as well.
That I'm probably gonna be working on trying to find for like a different pop group. You give me these tickets to a thing I probably can't even see because I've been flown across the world.
I mean, it depends on the timing. Perhaps there's a lead. Perhaps one of them might also be attending the same concert. We do know that all the Pops are fans of each other, and they support each other's musical endeavors. So we shall see. It's a VIP backstage pass. You can meet Majesty, maybe talk to her, and the Ballet Pops back together.
No! Don't do it!
If there was anyone who could mechanically get the Ballet Pops back together, it would be Majesty, because or at the very least tell you where they are, because
But they all hate Majesty. This is not gonna go well.
let's face it, she's kept tabs on them.
No! No! I don't like where this is going.
She is inside their beds.
Okay. It seems like you should do this more than me, though.
You're
I mean,
fired.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Terminated.
To be honest, like, it
Resigning.
makes sense. Yeah, this is like part of the job. In a lot of news agencies, you don't have the head, the editor in chief going off and filling out reports himself, because otherwise, why would he hire other people, yourself included?
You're
What?
fired. Terminated. Let go. Sacked.
Mhm.
Both
Made redundant,
No
relieved of your duties.
And you seem like quite a fan of the whatever they're called.
Why are you fighting your boss so much on this, Giselle? Do you want money?
Yeah. Also, the whatever they're called is only 2 words. Ballet Pops. How do you forget that already? See, this actually happened to me. At one point when there's a thing called Secular Society, which basically was the name of the debate club at my sixth form. I don't know why they called it that, not just debate club, but there you go. And we would get emails all the time about different topics or something, like the general ethics topics that you see all the time. So people didn't really pay too much attention. Except for one particular time, the first time that I went there, because I was included in this, was when they decided to talk about the Logan Paul situation from January 2018. If anyone recalls January 2018 and what Logan Paul did during that time, you know exactly what I'm referring to, and you know why that would garner interest for people to discuss. Yeah. The teacher who ran debate club seemed to be like blissfully unaware. She thought, "Oh wow, my advertising made a lot of sense here." It's like, no, just the topic you chose is relevant for once in your life. Anyway, so the reason I bring that up is because is because this was one of the regular members who happens to also be my ex, coincidentally. Actually, as he kept on contributing as one would, especially if you've been there for long enough. But every time that she wanted to say something, she constantly went like, Logan, whatever his name is. And at one point, I just went, "It's Paul. It's one syllable. What do you mean?" Like, I never understood that. I think she didn't say his name again during that whole other session. Never understood that. She was also the student council president, so maybe people just didn't want to speak against her. But like, come on, it is one syllable, and also 2 words. I am quite swamped with work at the moment. Besides, I'm giving.
Looks like someone's not gonna have a good Christmas this year.
Oh. Also, because when you get to the North Pole, you don't just get to get things from Santa, you get to meet the man. And also, your gift is hypothermia. Right. I do imagine this is also like part of the appeal, behind that, but yeah. Assuming it would take a day, of course. I've got to spoil my employees from time to time, after all. You like pop groups, don't you?
Right? Yeah. This is
You're,
Plot
you're,
of
you're,
the
you're
year
young.
right
You're into
here.
pop groups and the memes and the Twitter.
yeah, the tweeter. Yeah, because I don't. Was it called X yet? I
Yeah,
guess.
it's called
Um,
X
Yes,
now.
Yes, by November 2024. Yes, it was.
Oh,
yeah.
it was all right. Oh, sweet hypothermia! Yay!
I read that.
Canadian dream.
I read the comma wrong in my mind. And I went, "Oh, sweet hypothermia."
I did too. I was going like Sweet Caroline over here.
Fair
Sweet
enough.
hypothermia. Ba, ba, ba.
Sweet cold hypothermia. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Albert, for your kind, thoughtful, charitable generosity. I want to take on such a wonderful job.
Okay, yes. Sorry. Thanks. I'll try my best.
Could have used some more dynamics in the expressions from Giselle, but other than that, this was a great scene.
Yeah. Like normally I say that.
Weeks!
Yeah. Like, 2 weeks to get the outcome published. So we have plenty of time.
2
Yeah,
weeks!
Why is there a deadline for this interview? That I guess maybe because again the escape, not the escape, but the release of Silhouette would be relevant for that long. So yeah,
Demand a raise.
an extra 1,000, yeah, but not for travel expenses, just for general, yeah. The Super Pops concert is this weekend. I'll send you the ticket.
When is she meant to fly out?
Well, I mean, wait, actually, no. The concert was in Montreal apparently, so she might if she's based there, she won't have to.
We're wasting 2 of these 14 days to go like watch a Super Pops concert.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. Oh, you'll have so much fun.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Can't wait.
Hard cut to like everyone like mosh pit dancing around her in the concert.
Oh
God, no! Just them all jumping up and down. Oh, we love it. Oh, we love it. Ah! Okay, meeting over. You return to whatever you're doing before. You mean sleeping? Is it the middle of the night still? Oh, speaking of the middle of the night, you're
Yeah, it's like
the back
4
of your room's
a.m. currently.
now. Yeah. Just remember the article about the grass growing contest is due today. This is why we need better articles.
You're putting another article like this is like you're handing out articles like they're like freaking school assignments. Like what?
Although, if it's a grass growing contest, I can understand why they want a big scoop. If this is what they have as an alternative, or
And
what they have
it's
as normal.
November. It's Canada in November. You're not getting any grass growing. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, see, that's why it's a contest. The challenge is to in the face of adversity to see how high grass can grow.
Snow on the ground at
Yeah.
this point, especially like it's Montreal. Yeah, no, it's not
That's
happening.
that's the challenge. That's the challenge. They take it down to like
Exactly.
the millimeter.
All right,
It's got-
all right. Caitlin, how's your grass doing? Dead. Oh shoot. All right. How about you, Albie? Dead. Okay, it's all right. We'll get back to it. Ronnie, it's kind. I got one blade. Oh, he's got one. Oh no, it just died. Okay. All right. And Taylor, no, it's
I
dead,
protected
okay.
this patch of grass with my very, very body heat. I sat in the snow like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, making sure that I would have something to show here. The rest of
Average Canadian, lords and ladies.
Sweet hypothermia. Am I right? I like how we got all of that from grass growing contest. Like it is like sometimes just got to take a step back and it's like, wow, we've done this for so long that we can get comedic bits out of like almost anything.
Oh, sorry.
Also,
Right? Yeah.
call back to Kesru,
Exactly.
functioning door, not opening in real time, but
Again,
still,
that's 3D
you know,
modeling
summarizing as
helping you
open.
out there. Helped out with Kesseru as well. Eli, have your characters like? Did you put
Yes.
your characters on a gray background by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay. This definitely reminds me of early tweening for me. I put them on gray backgrounds as well, but I can see the lines on this image right now, and I have seen it
Okay.
in previous ones. It's not that obvious, but that just makes me curious. Did you go like the Mutant Girl route where you just took all these pictures by themselves and put them in for each shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for custom backgrounds, that makes sense.
Eh.
Yeah, but actually for screenshots in this situation, what I'd actually suggest, you know, is is if you want to just have it this way. I mean, from what I found, I don't know if this is a fire alpaca thing, but for some reason, white backgrounds, as long as there are no like conflicting outlines or like, you know, missing chunks, because I can assume the sleeves would be a bit of an issue if that were not the case. White backgrounds for some reason just happen to be like the best like ones to trim out outline wise. Don't know why that is.
Well,
Just trial and error on my part.
was this not a light motion, Eli?
Yes, it was.
So you were
Yeah.
mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I imported this
you don't even have the excuse of PC. There are just easier ways to go about these things. So just
Okay,
tell
I
me
guess
what
instead of fire
everyone's
alpaca,
doing.
I don't know, ibis paint. That's
I did import it. The actual. I rented out the background, then I put Giselle in Ibis Paint, and then I cut out the outline and did that way.
Okay. Okay. Not what I would have done.
I am back. Welcome back, KW.
I'll see you later.
Wow.
Sometimes I wonder why I still.
Yeah,
work
please
for
feel
them.
free to say that right outside the door where there's probably like a gap between the floor and the door where sound can travel.
These walls aren't actually that thick, you know. All our
Yeah,
budget
what-
goes to concert tickets. We can't afford thick walls.
Yeah, why can't I just work for Alia Cesare?
Ooh, got your laptop with a loony symbol on it? I see you.
Okay.
You know, to be
Article
perfectly honest,
done.
actually, Johnny, you say that, but actually, given the timeline and the expanded universe, Alia Cesare would most likely be be someone who could employ her, technically speaking.
Anyway, okay. Article done and sent. What time is it now? Oh gosh, there goes those extra hours of sleep.
I do appreciate the timestamp again. I am intrigued, of course, by the seemingly, you know, very, like, oh, I see almost with the 9 actually, but yeah, like that font, you know, looks accurate to, you know, computer times, but then you have the sound, you have the sound button here, which I don't know what's going on with that. That's the only thing I'm
tells
questioning
me it
right
was
now.
Drawn.
Well, yes, but because
Can't
it's
tell you what gives it away. Some really subtle little hints and details.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, also
It's-
apparently Ibis Paint and Procreate. Okay, there we go. So in those ones, I don't know if it's the same deal with like white backgrounds in there's in Fire Alpaca. Maybe not, but again, I trial and errored it.
Is this restream, or does anyone else see like a really like thin bright line at the top of the screen? Is that?
Oh
just
no,
me?
oh wait, yeah, actually, I see it too. So but then again, I'm also on stream now. So yeah, chat. Do you see that? I think that might just be like the out. Well, oh wait, no, it's not because it's going over this. I thought it was like just the outline of the.
It's going over
screen.
the side of
it's
the
going over
screen.
the
Yeah, so this
side.
might be in a light motion issue, like the actual
Okay,
video.
then yeah.
So you might want to watch out for that. I've had this.
Well,
It's
better find
Oh,
out.
it's still there. It's still there. So yes, it is.
Well, better
Hmm.
find out who these pops are.
I mean, they revealed their identities, and there was a whole news report at the time. So it
I'm-
shouldn't be difficult to find out who they are, more so where they are.
Fox says I'm just too used to the month, day, year layout that I got confused. Is that a Canadian thing, or is that like? Because that is the normal layout of day, month, year.
Well, it depends. In most places it is day, month, year, but in the US specifically it is actually month, day, year.
Okay, so it's
well, yeah. There's a reason there's a reason they call the 11th of September. They call that by that name, which I'm not gonna say because YouTube doesn't like it. There's a reason those numbers are in that order versus the other order they would be otherwise.
okay.
Yeah. Although the way that I always remember it actually is because in elementary school, because people don't remember this, I actually went to American elementary school. The one thing that they did at that point was every day they would write, they change the dates on the board, and then they would actually like have everyone say at the same time, like chant basically what the day actually was. Yeah, so
This was my experience. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so it's on the board, but but I remember it specifically because it was like we were like September 15th, 2005. Like that was basically that's why I always remember the American configuration, and I know that the European / Canadian one is different.
Oh my god!
And that's why I know that I remember the change. That's how I remember it. And they say you learn nothing in school.
Yeah, I was a French immersion kid, so the definite thing when we would be doing dates, they would have us chant exactly that, except it's like in French. You say "Aujourd'hui c'est lundi, aujourd'hui c'est lundi." I'm like, oh, it's got some.
Okay,
nice
well that's the
music.
day. I was gonna say that's the day of the week, which is also helpful, but it's not exactly calendar dates.
No, they would say
yeah,
the
fair
rest
enough.
of it, but I'm not giving away the date that it was said, like the year.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, people know how old I am, so I just said 2005, whatever.
Yeah. Poodle?
Members. Cosmic Pop, Electro Pop, Flash.
And the
That's why
actual
you put these models on the server all of a sudden for no apparent reason. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I was half expecting to see the live action references on here, but it's like, yeah, this actually does make more sense.
Oh, that would be terrible. No, don't put like real people.
No mixed media, except for 3D modeling.
Except for the 3D. Anyway.
Yeah.
Who said that?
This isn't Gumball. We have standards.
Also, I love Poodle. That's really clever. I like that. I love the model.
I do
Poodle.
like how the L is is implied to be a poodle and the E is just attached to the tail. I mean, that is something. Not what I would have gone with personally, but it is definitely something. All right. Okay. Cosmic Pop, Electro Pop, Flash Pop, Power Pop, Crystal Pop, Blow Pop. Yep. They weren't all active at the same time, from what I recall. But I mean, officially they were. Officially, they were just off on missions.
I made it in order that they joined.
Okay.
Attention to detail.
Ah, yes, of course, because the origin story episode was focused on Chloe towards the beginning, and that's where the whole terrifying, creepy Majesty thing started to come into full display. Yeah.
World Tour set list. Let's see. Pop Party, Meet the Pops, We Love It, Watermelon Sugar.
Hi.
Like that. The Man Rain. Wait a minute. This is all just regular popular songs I hear on Spotify.
Okay, so have you never clocked onto the fact that part of Tony
pop part?
Okay, so Okay, so Johnny, have you ever clocked on to the fact that Totally TV, part of their marketing
No, I'm
was...
acting as if I was Giselle at the moment.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. I mean, in this universe, who is to say if Blackpink are Pink Black, maybe they haven't made How You Like That versus, the Pops in this reality.
They made it clear. Where's Hum? Why isn't it on the set list? Come on.
Because that's a Pink Black song. They can't have that one, but they can have How You Like That because they got there first in this continuity.
All right.
Yeah. Which, yes, they are entirely different songs in the Super Pops series, but they're just called the same things because that's, again, was part of the marketing.
Oh, by the way, not common practice to be wearing shoes on the inside of houses. That is, I think, also an American thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, on your bed, definitely not.
Well, that's even less appealing. Shoes come off at the door.
Of course, it might not have been just an American thing because an Australian person made this.
Nice. Oh, Majesty.
No! Look at her! She's evil! How can you not look at that and say that's not evil?
There is a whole song that dedicated to how benevolent and good Majesty is. Like when I think it was the episode where she actually debuted this very form and they like recovered her basically.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing. Yeah.
Look at her
Like a whole
now.
thing of like, yeah. There we yes. Okay, thank you. Got her now. Yeah, now I
She's
remember
a
the song.
queen, diamonds in her hair, dancing around the room, floating on her. She's so beautiful inside and out. That's the song. Yep.
Yeah, exactly that one.
No, like I need an edit of this episode with that like song playing in the background and like a weird, scary chorus way, like
Yeah, no, diminished minor key. Yeah.
It just zooms in on her face.
Slender Man style. Yeah. Minor key for the whole thing, and then at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Well, I mean, it's effective, clearly. The idea works.
Oh god,
Imagine
yeah,
how
that's
she
an
did that.
interesting edit. Like as it zooms in on her face, her pupils slowly move towards the camera. Oh, I love it. I hate that.
Oh,
That sounds like a Doki Doki Literature Club moments, actually.
Just Majesty.
Yeah. Okay.
Just Majesty.
Yeah.
That's the person Albert was wanting. Excuse me. That's the person Albert was.
It's all right.
Albert was
Having
wanting
colds
me
in
to
November
talk
is
to,
common
right?
in Canada.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Majesty is the leader of many pop groups. She's a princess from the fairy planet.
This description was a paraphrase from the actual Super Pops wiki, so
That makes sense. Although now I'm just imagining how fun it would be if you actually just put the lyrics to "Look at Her Now" as her Wikipedia description.
She's an alien?
What? Where have you been, Giselle? This is like a normalized thing.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too surprised she doesn't remember the Ballet Pops, at least, given how many other groups there were. But not knowing who Majesty is, that surprises me at this stage of the timeline.
Oh well, I've talked to weird people before.
Oh
Like
wow, that's
Majesty,
alienist of you.
That
You
sounds like
automatically assume that aliens are weird, huh?
That's the thing that BB would say in D&D, actually.
Oh come on, like aliens have been normalized.
That's kind of discriminatory.
Yeah, if you were literally like said that about anyone, like, oh, she's
Okay.
gay. Oh, I've talked to weird people before. It's the same thing.
Okay, back to the task. What was I looking for next?
The email with your tickets, I guess.
Ah, yes. Ballet Pops.
Oh, I guess they never, got they never got like active images people took.
I
of
think
them.
they do if she just
which-
scrolled down. Because if you scroll, like if you look.
Oh
at the
yeah,
very
it says the
bottom of
members. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we've established the identity, and then okay, yeah, Robert Armitage. Yes. We still don't know how he was caught, but there.
Am I tweaking? Is that actually how you spell jewelry?
Oh dear.
Yes.
Okay.
I think there's a different American spelling with like an extra E, but yeah.
Okay, now I gotta look this up. I'm tweaking. I
No, that
swear
is
it's
extra
something
E.
like that.
Yeah.
Only 8 years? I would have given him more. I would have given him a lifetime sentence if I was the judge.
Well, if we hadn't given the Oracle Powers bingo already, that would have gone to Bod as well.
Well, it wouldn't have because I'm on the stream. I've said this a gajillion times.
Well, yeah, but you didn't say that when Eli pointed it out earlier, so. Well, I guess that's because also I also said something at the same time, so yeah, fine.
Okay, let's see. Members. Pure Pop. She's the one who died.
Mm-hmm.
Attitude Pop. Suzanne Pop.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Jeff
So,
Pop.
depending on where this website is from, the Canadian. I was correct in assuming Canadian English has only one L with jewelry. I was completely going off.
Is that
Mhm.
Jet or Jet? I don't know. I think it's Jet.
Oh my god!
That's another one. That's another one. There we go. Yeah. You should have want to reconsider those bingo rules there.
I can't. I'm on the stream. The reason why I don't do bingos while I'm on the stream is because I don't want to actively like tailor to my bingo while I'm here. Because I can say my
I know.
catchphrase right now, and then I would automatically get a bingo. It's not fair.
Well, yeah, but I think the Oracle Powers thing, that.
It's
that-
true.
that-
I
that you
can't.
can't really-
I can't
yeah.
prepare for that.
Also, hold a second. I will destroy you, Ballet Pops. Venuevideo.com.
Video, no, click that link. Click that link. Something tells me that this may not be the person
Honestly,
who was
no,
just
honestly-
let out, sending a death threat immediately as soon as he goes out on parole. Yeah, right.
Honestly, don't click that. Venuevideo.com was like a malware site.
That's useful.
Also
I can
another
find-
thing, another thing that would have done here is considering that well, actually it depends if they have up to date photos, like
I was
with
about to say,
with
oh,
like
interesting.
Aurora,
What
we
about
actually
Deathlight too?
yeah not that I meant like most pages you have where you Google somebody are like recent photos or the most recent photos they've been able to acquire of that person. So I don't know, but I would guess that that particularly Aurora would probably have some more up to date photos given her success in the ballet world. I don't know about, again, like I said before, don't know about the other two because we don't know what happened to them yet. Also, the fact they were on these backgrounds implies they did a photo shoot at some point, which doesn't align at all with any of them at that age or time.
Why isn't Juliet up there?
I don't know.
Probably because.
Yeah, that also implies the photo shoot was done after Juliet died. Like, I thought like the last time they saw each other was the funeral, supposedly. I guess that was a lie.
All right, girls, say Juliet.
Anyway, that's useful. I can find out more about them now and how to locate them.
Said every stalker ever.
Wait, is that technically stalking?
Oh my god! Why do I keep doing this?
I have to contact them for the interview somehow, Bon.
If they have public contact info, that's not stalking because that's what the contact info is there for in the first place.
Guys, I think I am to go. Oh no.
The Bungo decided to take their hatred for the Ballet Pops to the internet. Dr. Ruin would do that.
I know.
In fact, if I wasn't that kind of Harmony Sparkles thing sometimes that she tried to do. Well, I mean, yeah, it was like a hypnotism tactic as well, but it still technically also happened.
Hang on.
Anyway.
What's this?
Don't click it. Don't
I
click it.
came to watch.
Have you ever heard of a phishing scam, Giselle? Don't click it.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, Ballet Pops. It's been a while. The chain smoker voice is back.
I knew that you would one day Google yourselves, and it would be precisely when I was released. My plan was flawless.
I am back.
Well, that just totally ruined your breakout plan.
Under a new name. The new name, of course, being... Oh, dang it! I have recently once again rebranded my name to something that is not the thing that I just said. Anyways, time for my revenge.
Dude, this reminds me so much of like the sequel to Lion King where they had the whole like Kion and Kiara plot, but they realized too late that they had them start dating, like, oh wait, aren't they related? Aren't they cousins? So like halfway through they're just like, Scar wasn't my father, but he he still acted like my father. Like it felt like the screenwriters panicked halfway through it. It's like the same thing here. Guys, I'm back. I was inspired by the real guy, and I am just following in his footsteps. Totally not the real guy, and definitely not a coincidence that I started as soon as my successor's parole was done. No.
Hello everyone, it is me, Bane. I know that I'm a villain and you have no reason to trust me, but here's a letter from Commissioner Gordon with no proof that he's the one who wrote it. That actually shows that Batman is a villain, so you will hate him now, because reasons. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you know, better that than you know, and to panic and correct yourself than to just ignore the potential, you know, that from like with Royale Free Academy recently. If anyone's watched that episode, a realization I came to after the review that I talked about on Walking Wednesday, was that given the reveal of Rosa's parentage, that definitely makes the pairing that episode was designed to address, as well as many others, but you know that one specifically, much more of an issue. Yeah.
Why did I say Kion? His name isn't even Kion. I'm a fake Lion King fan. You can tell I didn't watch that movie many times. I forget his name.
That was Kovu.
Kovu, that's what it was. Kion's
Oh,
the younger brother. That's so ironic.
I was about to say, I thought Kion was made for the
You can
Lion
tell I've
King.
watched it a bunch.
I haven't watched it in ages. I forgot it existed.
For
The
good
reason I
reason.
always I always remember Kovu's name is because there's an Aphmau reactor from back in the day whose name is Kovu. I have no idea if he's still on an active channel or not. The reason it was called Kovu was because he was actually the original uploader of Be Prepared before Disney uploaded their own version. He actually has like vast like going back to what we said before about you know the original upload versus a different upload. Even though Disney's official one is out now, I think his one still had like more views. Yeah. So good timing on his part. Not the best Aphmau reactor, not gonna lie. Didn't really, you know, definitely someone who did not add like that much commentary. I mean, I have a permanent reminder of him just going what the constantly for like, you know, the like surprise moments. Yeah, see, if I had vocal stims, would be one of them.
You wonder why I just said, oh no.
Okay, I will not show you any Kovu videos then, especially not the My Street Christmas special. Oh no, it was her wish. It was her wish that happened in.
It doesn't take much, Jacob. It doesn't take much.
Now, on to business.
Doesn't take a lot to cause a stim for you.
It does not.
Your brain matches many things that I can say or do.
You have destroyed my okay. Dude, like think about what you are saying and think about what you said in court and see if people are not smart enough to connect those dots, dude.
I
Why
returned around the
Yes,
time
maybe
that Robert Armitage's sentence was complete, and
Please.
I
Yeah,
said
don't
it
just
was
call me a
Silhouette,
different
but yeah.
name. But I'm still the same guy. Just letting you know.
I
Mhm.
so
Honestly,
badly
honestly,
away
Silhouette is
from
is a better name. More is a
Eli.
terrible name in comparison to Silhouette. That actually like really matches him.
More.
Yeah, not this time though. Again, he still literally looks like a silhouette. There's like a rebrand of a Makumatization, but without the design changing that much. Like the outlines of him did, like of course. But
Wait,
you don't need
wait a second. Hold on. I may not be able to get you yet, but I will use any other method I can until I'm out. Are you filming this in prison?
Yeah. Who is holding the camera right now? Felix, this is not the way to like make friends.
I didn't connect the dots. I should have known there were jail cell bars behind it.
It looks like a spaceship, so I didn't get that either.
Oh
but
my God.
okay.
Felix,
How did they
camera
upload
straight.
this? I've engineered a hotspot for this exact moment. Don't ask why I needed this. Okay, time to upload.
Oh man! I'm seeing Fox. Felix. Hold it steady.
Uh-huh. And the second you say that, it moves as well.
Gosh darn it,
I was
Felix.
waiting for someone
You're
holding
good
the
for
camera.
nothing.
Yeah.
Were your hands shaking this much when you were injecting your students with syringes? Your subjects?
Hmm.
You only have a couple of months left to live now.
Oh no, how will they survive 2 months? Callback.
I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you. All right, stop it there.
Breaking
What button is
breaking
it?
news.
It's-
Robert Armitage's
Red-
parole has been delayed permanently.
You posted this to the live internet as if Reddit is not going to eat this up. The police are finding out one way or the other, dude. Reddit is gonna be your worst nightmare.
Yeah, or Blued It, or whatever they're called in this, in the off-brand version.
I will erase all evidence of your existence except that
Start.
wiki.
Starting with the wiki. The wiki's been like Giselle goes back a page, she realizes the wiki's been deleted. But actually, to be honest, like, if Giselle manages to find them, her being the normal person that she is, I would imagine that, Moore would hopefully be able to do the same thing and probably far more efficiently.
More. I can't.
I'm just gonna keep calling him Silhouette. Silhouette out.
More
Yeah.
out. Wow, what a
What?
catchphrase.
I can't believe it. I should
Well, I
tell
mean,
them.
it's the same thing as
And
bug out,
Majesty.
honestly.
Kill two birds with one stone, Giselle, but please continue to be completely neutral as you inherit this information.
Well, I mean, if you had a chance to warn a team of superheroes that someone's coming after them, I feel like most people probably would do that.
What? I can't believe it. I should tell them. And Majesty.
That's a reason for them to get back together then.
Okay, given what I said at the beginning of the stream, that feels like a targeted question towards me specifically, but I know that wasn't the intention. that was voice in the head me. It's like, I need an excuse for why they're coming back. I know.
That might also be me because I was the one who was always supporting the end it there idea.
Yeah, if it weren't for the fact that this was the original idea behind the show, then yeah, maybe it could have.
Maybe I should see this match first before I find the girls. I would hope that was the idea in the first place, considering the thing is on Saturday, and like,
Yeah,
were you
that
planning
was
to?
that was what she was going.
It's in 2 days.
But that was what she was going to.
Yeah, she was going to do that anyway, right? Because that was her lead to find the Ballet Pops in the first place. She says that like it's new information now, but it's not.
She might be able to locate them before they then. Wait,
Better than
Better than
oh,
I
sorry.
can. Yeah.
She might be able to
Better
locate
than
them
I
better
can.
than I
Information.
And
She
has
literally
the
said that
thing to make
before.
them
Oh
pop.
yeah, Majesty can help me find the other people.
What she didn't say was just things to make them pops again. That much wasn't made clear. I mean, if she didn't know who Majesty was, she probably wouldn't know how like the pop rings work. So yeah, I don't think she'd make that
She's been living
connection.
under the
But everything
pop
else,
rock
yeah.
for her whole life.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, you guys want to know a fun fact about this particular scene? I actually helped with the
Yeah.
script of it.
Ah,
It's in the description. Like a couple of the scenes I helped
things begin
with,
to connect.
Yeah. Guess we'll see what happens when it's the concert.
Yes, we will. Ah, yeah. Okay, so here we go. We have we have an existing pop song which I will not mute
let's say,
because but, yeah. Oh, and another one thing I always appreciate about like the original pop songs is the fact that they actually do have, you know, like backing vocals and harmonies constantly. And that's reflected obviously in the visuals here, but it's, you know, it's one of the things that's obviously difficult to do when you're the only person singing in, you know, in your production. That's one thing that Ballet Pop Season 1 obviously struggled with.
I mean, I got Abby to sing, but she sounds pretty much like me, so.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously,
like, did you get copyrighted for using Starlight or?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, we're good then.
Well, I guess
Not yet.
We're probably okay. We're probably okay.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I'll just use a whole bunch of
see.
Super Pop songs.
Not yet.
Okay, I mean,
Coming.
I mean, obviously, I mean, this song might not be one of them that they are like such like a hard grasp one. I'll say this, you know, it's not consistent which songs will get you like flagged immediately versus ones that will have like shared ad revenue and like all this other stuff and yada yada. So I wouldn't guarantee that's a good idea. Not to mention as well. I mean, this is you'll run into a similar issue that that Tamsin runs into actually, which essentially you're reusing the same songs but out of the original context in which they're presented, which, you know, for a concert works perfectly fine, but for the actual Super Pop series, even if the titles were, you know, obviously references to other songs, they still made sense for the actual episodes in question. As a perfect example of this, I'll say, you know, given that I watched Ballet Pops episode 7 again, I was like, oh, that's the original context for Cast Out. I had legitimately forgotten because I've heard that song so many times since that episode came out. It's like, that makes sense now. Similarly, Wings also was written for the context of the episode that it was featured, even if it was also a concert song, kind of. It was a club song.
Wings.
Yeah, and that's the part people remember. So it's like, I mean, you know, that that's the nature of music. Sometimes it will you know, more often than not, it will, you know, outlast, you know, whichever context it was made in the first place. But for the actual show itself, it makes it's still a good starting point. So, you know, if you want to go Super Pops, I mean, it will technically work, but it might be better to, again, if you can go the original route, do so. Also, this background is fantastic for them. Oh, they got quieter for some reason. I didn't turn the volume or anything. Okay, I haven't seen the original video for a long time, but is this the actual choreography that they did in the episode?
Yes, it is.
I thought it might be. Classic. I was about to say, you know, it's like, oh, in true fashion, Glow wasn't singing because she wasn't in that episode, but no, she's singing.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh,
shoulder
I like
shuffle.
the shoulder movement. Yeah.
Yeah, compared to
I had-
compared to
Not
Kestru, that's what
easy in
shoulder movement
Gacha
should
Life
look like.
2. That is not easy in Gacha Life 2.
Yeah, and compared to Kestru, that's what shoulder movement should look like. Let's be honest.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me I'm wrong. Super Pops, but can't be stopped. Thank you for coming. Backstage bitches, come with me.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh my god!
Oh, there we are. There we are. Yep.
Look at me
There we are.
cringing! That is so me!
And also Katabi.
What is this?
As well. This is just the cameo list.
Okay.
I think this is Nino in the corner as well, and obviously we've got
Yes.
Johnny.
It's the-
Majesty. Hopefully she doesn't think that
W,
I'm
obviously,
weird.
there's me in that beautiful design. There's Jacob,
Yes.
who kind of
Funny
looks
story.
compared to all the Gacha Life 2 designs, but go off.
Eli, I think you
Yeah?
forgot Josh.
Josh?
I
don't-
couldn't fit everybody in the photo, so yeah.
Where's Josh?
I mean,
don't
you
know.
say that we look like we're in a void at the moment, but yes, like no, like to make them visible would be difficult.
I'm like looking over at Jacob. Where are we? Jacob's like, yeah,
It's a funny
more,
story.
more, Super Pops, more. I'm like, Jacob, snap out of it. Jacob, where are we? Why
Your
are we
fa-
in the void?
The face that you have right now, Bon, that's what it was like when I imported the model into Gacha Life 2, and I was going to ask if you could change it, and I was like, wait a second, it's perfect for this scene, so I didn't end up asking you. But could I actually have the fixed code, please?
The fixed code? Was it broken?
Yeah, that's the face that it came with when I
You can
imported it
change
into
it?
Gacha Life 2. So yeah,
You can change it.
I don't know what your eyes are, so
Oh yeah, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, so going back to that makes sense actually.
All right.
I
Yeah,
mean, Bomb
fair
being
enough.
horrified at a Pops concert kind of makes sense, but yeah.
Oh my god, the parody
next
pop
time, possibly
came to see the origin. Are these like canonically the parody pops people who have shown up? And then we got Bungler Johnny, who's actually not dead in this universe.
Well, all the
only
now
a
is
nightmare, Bon.
yeah, all I'm missing now is is hypnotized Eli, and that image completes. Yeah,
Oh man, yeah.
yeah, fair enough.
So good.
Also, hope she doesn't think I'm weird. You called her weird for being an alien, so I don't know who's gonna think who's weird.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yes, Majesty. Hello.
Hi, Majesty.
My boss sent me here, and she's just rehearsing.
Yes, this. Oh, okay. Because like, if this was her actual dialogue, I would have said "gets written by Aiden" and rather than you. But yeah.
Oh, I think that's her. You got this, Giselle.
Well done, ladies. Thanks, Majesty. We had a blast as usual.
Uh-huh.
No, the show's
Oh
done.
my god. Really?
What?
Poutine?
Hey,
You guys
that
are
is
so
a
Montreal. You guys are such
Canadian dish.
tourists. Yeah. Best thing about Montreal is the poutine. Nothing else.
Classic.
Yeah! Great
What did I
callback!
say before? What did I say before? A
Great
post
callback!
gacha review series.
Great call.
And you know the best part? I was thinking classic Earth Pop in my head as well at the same time. But yeah, I mean Cosmic Pop. Yeah, to be fair, Cosmic Pop is like the original foodie of the Pops universe. But yeah.
Hey, it's don't mess up your pop groups. Earth and I actually happen to be quite good friends.
Yeah, we meet for brunch, like twice a day.
The only thing we have in common is we like to eat food together. We share.
Yeah, and share recipes.
Close enough.
Yeah. Food will have to wait, I'm afraid.
Darn it.
Mm-hmm. The VIP backstage passes will be coming soon. They're letting them in.
You don't have to eat at all? Are you guys not tired
Well, it will
and starving?
It will come later. It will come later. Yeah, they're not. It's not like they
that much
won't eat
later?
at all. I hope Trixie isn't here this time. Yeah, who is she again? That's a good point. Yeah, like it's been a while. Crazy Stalker fan.
She gets one
Don't
episode in
worry.
the actual Super Pops, so
Yeah, I think I binge watched like most of season 4 in like the span of a couple of days, and then I tried to intersperse between like the chronological order of like the K-pops and rap pops at the same time, and I just realized like one point was like, this is a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna cool it.
Hi, am I able to talk to Majesty?
Of course.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes. Okay. Hi.
It really is
I'm
Aiden.
Giselle.
No, this is so me.
And I'm totally a big fan of you. And my boss sent me here.
Really selling it,
I'm
Giselle.
I'm totally a big fan of you. I know everything that there is to know, like your name.
Don't worry, ladies, I took care of her. No!
Do you happen to? Oh, damn!
She's no longer up to her tricks. Which by the way, there is a character in seasons 4 of Super Pops. Now I mentioned that that is called the Jester, who is supposed to be the evil version of Majesty. But there's no reason to bring her into the franchise now because we have warped the perception of Majesty so much that the Jester being there would just not mean anything.
she's just been the Jester this entire time, and the real Majesty locked her away.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if I could even look at the real Majesty the same way.
No, because like my gripes with the character came from the source material, and I just had to translate into the Super Pops and it be hyperbolized because of the whole blues pop situation, and obviously later on the ballet pop situation.
Yeah, speaking of which, do you happen to remember the Ballet Pops, Majesty?
Nice segue. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I
oh,
do.
oh. Did anyone else pick up on that? Huh?
She was gonna have flashbacks.
The wide eyes, the darkened background?
Oh no, we
Perhaps
picked up
a
on
little
that.
more- no,
Yeah.
a little bit more than you're letting on, perhaps?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course she knows more than she's letting on. It's Majesty. One of her colloquials is being able to wipe memories and charm minds. Like she could if she wanted to make Giselle forget the reason she came here and never pursue this line of inquiry ever again. Yes, I do. Is there a reason why you want to know that?
Well, their lives may kinda, sorta, maybe be in danger?
Kind of,
Question
sort of,
mark?
maybe is yeah, that's good. That's good slang.
What?
My boss wants me to interview them and give the public an update. But one, I don't know where they are currently. And two, they might have to get back together as a group to save themselves.
You know, maybe you could like pull Majesty aside and talk to her where you're not in views of other pop groups and perhaps other backstage fans. Just saying.
Yeah, the other backstage fans, yes, but honestly, the pop group itself, like Super Pop, can help out. They've been around for consistently longer than most groups have. Like they may or may not have been founded like slightly after and or before the Ballet Pops, but they've been
I'll tell you
consistent
what,
ever since.
The
Basically,
blues pop certainly ain't helping. They're at the bottom of the
but yeah,
scene.
like Yeah, compared to like every other pop group, these ones are seasoned veterans, so you know they can absolutely. Actually, wait, no, the K-pops were technically first, but you know whatever. They're classics. They can help out. Yeah, the other groups, there's a good possibility that more is somewhere, you know, hidden, you know, amongst that particular crowd. It would make sense. Although what would also make sense actually is if more like used the article. One of the things that Giselle was concerned about was publishing the article in the first place, giving people an update and therefore a better idea of how to locate them.
Or like put that video you saw on Reddit and let it just go viral.
Oh, yeah. So someone else can do that too, assuming they're you know, they have a good antivirus.
So that's why I wanted to see you.
I probably would have
You're
changed the music for this part. It's a bit too casual for like this reveal now, but yeah. That's like
Yeah,
the one
anyway.
music choice that I've been like, okay, I question this one. Everything else has been really fitting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because you're the one with the rings that make them do the thingy.
Ah, yes, a true fan. You're really selling this.
She's
this
dropping
is like
act now.
this is like a boomer trying to say they know anything about Pokemon.
Oh man.
And then they become the the Ballet Pops.
It's
You literally
two
asked earlier.
words.
Jacob's getting a little.
This is my
worked up
ex all
about
over
this.
again.
I was about to say, this is reminding you of your ex a little too much.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, the voice in Eli's head is definitely going to be different now. Don't compare him to Jacob's ex. Don't compare her to Jacob's ex. Don't. But I don't know what she was like. Oh, I'm going to have to gamble.
Oh no! I'm gonna time to enter his social media. Like, oh no. Anyway, I still have their rings, but I don't know what exactly the threat is that's making them in danger.
Show them the video.
Yeah.
Someone filmed themselves live in prison. It's
A
really
guy
weird.
called Moore wants revenge on them or something like that.
You can do
Okay,
your
just
research, Giselle. It's not that hard. He's making it so obvious who he is.
aside from the new name, that's they're the only person that would like seem to want revenge on them, and also happen to be filming something from prison. The article you read just before that talked about a person who was put in prison in connection to the
Journalist
Ballet
are
Pops.
you?
Yeah, you are a terrible journalist. No wonder you're almost about to be fired.
And said they only have a couple of months to live because they'll pay for destroying a tradition.
Show the video.
Okay, so again, the tradition, if I recall correctly, didn't Robert like have a son or something who happened to not be the oldest? But
No,
Yeah.
I think it was Juliet's cousin.
who would be Robert's
Yeah,
son?
it's Robert's son. It's Robert's son.
Wait,
Yeah, so
Hans was
yeah.
Robert's son the whole time?
Robert was Juliet's uncle.
You didn't make that
It makes a
connection.
lot. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I thought they had another sibling, Eli.
Johnny's just like Giselle over here. Oh, super big fan. So, Robert's son, right?
Oh god. Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
So in that
Johnny is
case,
canonically in this universe, like, I think you should hit it up with Giselle. I'm just saying.
yeah. So what I was so what I was getting at, bringing up Hans in the first place, is that as far as we know, wouldn't Hans have just taken over after his dad got arrested, and and then
Yes.
yeah.
Hans does take
So now he is the oldest as of Juliet's death, and therefore the tradition is maintained, right? So what exactly is broken here?
And also, like, didn't Silhouette you kind of ruin the tradition by murdering your heir? Like, what did the others do? Like,
Yeah,
honestly. It's not like they killed like the next line.
I think the idea is that they led her astray, Which, to be honest,
Yeah.
that was tagging Majesty as well. But so another person
Oh,
with a vendetta
surprise,
against Majesty.
surprise! Purposefully leading her astray just to give good old Robert some motivation to murder his niece, huh?
Well, not just to do that. That was an unintentional side effect. Because
You
this
say unintentional. I disagree. It was unintentional, sir.
Well, look after going what I went through with Orchid in Mystery of the Cult episode 2, people said and BB apparently saying to Brand a murderer, even though she had nothing to almost nothing to do with that, and had no way of knowing how Brown did all of her anything in her power to keep the person alive, just wasn't successful. Apparently, if that counts as being Brand a murderer, then I suppose by that logic, Majesty would be. But I mean, feels like a stretch to me for the same reason.
Uh-huh.
I'll pin a lot on Majesty, but not that.
I can't remember precisely.
You were
can't
the
remember
worst
anything.
journalist. Yeah. If you of any job, you have poor memory, you probably shouldn't get into journalism. That is key. At least come in with some flashcards or notes or something. You want to look professional because you're representing your newspaper company.
Mm.
Oh, that can't be good.
Pops, you stay here. If anyone asks me, just say I had to leave. Oh, speaking of leaving,
That's always ended well. Oh, where's Majesty? She left.
She had to leave.
She had to leave.
Maggie's back. Giselle, you can come with me to the spaceship, and I will discuss this further with you. Also that I'm using the same voice I used for Orchid for Majesty. I just realized, but yeah.
Orchid does have purple hair.
A spaceship?
Or green hair. Green hair.
Yeah.
I'm colorblind. I don't know why. I totally inverted it. I don't know why. I just always for some reason naturally, obviously, when I hear Orchid, I think purple. But I also remember commenting it on the stream, for someone with the name Orchid, wearing entirely green is kind of funny, but my bad.
Yeah. Next time she gets an outfit change, maybe I'll put her in purple.
I've never been in zero gravity. Do you know how this works? That's it's not like you're going into space, are you?
Well, I mean, from what I remember, Celeste actually is always suspended in space. It's like Star Trek, where you get beamed up and down, basically.
Oh boy.
And also, Treat Pop Spaceship also works on the same principle, I'm pretty sure, given the background.
But I love the idea of Majesty's massive spaceship taking up 2 parking lots outside.
Well, that's never been established. In fact, the very first shot of the very first episode shows Celeste in space.
I know, but come on.
Okay, guys, I gotta go out. We're going out for dinner, so bye.
All right, bye then. Thanks for joining us. Got any final thoughts before you go, or because you're still here? So
sometimes it takes a second, or you can just kick him out. I don't know.
Or he just left his account on. Anyway, teleporting now.
Teleporting now. Oh, okay. Wasn't sure, but not sure.
This is actually. Okay, this is where actually this is where I know a bit of behind the scenes detail. I think at one point I actually happened to be on the server, and I did remember that that Eli was very happy to have been scrolling through sound effect sites and just happening to stumble across the original teleportation sound effect from the actual series.
Oh,
so
no way!
That's the accurate. That's the accurate sound effect.
That's cool.
Yeah. And this is Tree Pop Spaceship. Okay, like I said, opposite on the same principle.
Listen, if this was me, I would be absolutely terrified. Right? I have a terrible fear of space. You wonder what my thing is? It's space. I hate space. So if I were Giselle and I had this terrible fear of space, let's talk in my ship. I'm it'll be on the ground. No, it's suspended in space. Oh, I'm okay. Teleport us now. No. And then teleport.
Well, there we go. Next Ballet Pops episode, we definitely have to play off your fear of space.
Please, no! No!
Yeah. Also, Majesty being inside of Tree Pop spaceship actually also makes sense because since she canonically teleports in here whenever she wants. So, yeah.
Yeah, like we were teleported to the spaceship, and like it cuts to like Jacob is like, I remember this place from all the reviews. Oh, where's Bond? He looks down, I'm just like clinging to your leg. Please take us back, please. I don't want to be here.
Follow me, please. Yes, of course.
Take me back right now.
Fun fact: I did that like a similar limp at one point in an actual play I was in, and for one of the characters, and like someone in the audience legitimately thought that I had an issue with my leg. No, it was just the stereotypical character choice.
Oh yeah, I need to take over. Why am I standing on my feet? I should be floating. Why do you pick and choose when you know stuff about this like Pops lore, huh?
Well, I mean, that would be space logic, which we're apparently not questioning. Yeah, don't question the logic. It's Gacha logic.
Oh no, this shot right here needs to be a template. Shush! Do not question the logic. I see that as a thing.
No, you know what? I actually wait. No, stream that. I'm gonna leave that on the screen for a second. I think just to give people a bit of time. There we go. All right. Anyone who wants to screen grab that, do so.
No,
I get it off.
I was about to say you should put this in your thing. Like so then
yeah,
when
if I
shows up, you just like show this on screen.
Okay, but if I screen grab it, it's just gonna show up with the StreamYard timeline. You know, I'll get it from the original video. I'll just like screenshot it in Vegas or something.
Or I'll get it. I don't know. Up to you. We call it Gacha
logic.
Well, it's also like space logic. Did you realize like we can have like gravity while in a ship, right? That's a thing.
Yeah, artificial gravity. That's true.
Yeah. What season?
What year does the season take place in the Pops universe?
2024.
Well, I mean, yeah, November 2024 is so. I'm not sure where that is in relation to the other seasons that are all present day.
Well, it's certainly after Pop Pops. The fact that Johnny accidentally canonized it is crazy. Anyway, do you know? Sorry. Anyway, what do you know about the last known whereabouts of the Ballet Pops?
Well, one of them had a Oh, wait a second! I was about to make a joke, and then I remembered a reason I shouldn't say the joke yet, so I'm not going to.
Well, one of them is dead.
Well, okay. After the unfortunately died, yes. Okay, that.
Why does this keep happening?
And the others ate their rings. They all went back to their regular lives.
Gosh, darn it! Stop!
And she is still, after 8 years, still so casual about it too.
Get out of my head, Eli!
Yeah. Like, Avalonians really can't process death. They just have no concept of how it works. Which, for an immortal species, does make sense.
I'm leaning into very unhinged Majesty, so...
Thank you! This is the most accurate Majesty we've seen, then!
It's the post-Gacha review thing again. I have warped the perception so much.
This is the Gacha review effect, lords and ladies.
If anyone working on Kesuru currently happens to watch this VOD, this is what happens after years of being on Gacha review. You're all happy now. I don't know how long that's gonna last for. I can find the current locations now, however, to make things easier for you.
Aliens are OP. It's scary.
Celeste, can you track down the locations of the ex-Ballet Pop members?
Someone spiteful, the ex-Ballet Pop members.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Tracking them now.
Aurora is currently in Cork, Ireland, in bed asleep. Odette is in a house in Nora, Sweden, also asleep.
I guess Aurora's not in a house then. That's a distinction that's best made. All right.
Aurora is on the streets of Ireland, and Kitri is in a bakery in. I cannot pronounce that. You're Spanish. You do it.
I'm guessing Gualchos, but I've obviously heard of this place before. But yeah, Gualchos, it would be called.
They're all real existing locations. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they
I
are.
believe that, but
I happen to have, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna look up because I'm curious, like where in Spain that is. Gualchos. Oh, it's in Granada. Okay, that's like the opposite side of the country to me. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right.
And I thought I was stalking them. Okay, thank you. See, this is why Ballet Pops is top tier. Everyone in this universe knows how bad Majesty is.
It's top tier because it's self-aware. People did love the Pop Pops episodes that we did.
Because of how self-aware it is.
All we're missing now is the frog blinks. We just need to cast a frog blink at some point. Aurora probably, and then the image is complete.
Let's go. Okay, thanks. Oh, sorry. Again, the different text had me confused. I have found information about what they are currently doing in their lives, their jobs.
Oh no! It appears I'm being hacked. Hacking imminent from user more123. Extracting information
from a username by the name of definitely not silhouette123.
He goes by less. Could you tell us, please?
Certainly.
Wow! Wow! Okay. Fox always comes in with just the most unhinged comment.
Go for it.
Oh, great.
Certainly, Aurora is a soloist at the Irish Ballet Company. Need to put it back on.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think I might have said this in the season finale, but just in case I didn't, I do love the fact that Aurora is a soloist. You know, as implying that she never actually formed part of a group again. Like that to me, seems like a legal consequence. Yeah.
I like that.
Mhm.
Oh wait, sorry. I have to change this voice. Sorry. This is Jacob Butter. I'm doing this for you. Odette is an employee at the craft room and runs a Bible study group. Ah. There we go. And Kitri runs a bakery called 314.
Yeah, pie. Very nice.
Oh, 3.14, my bad.
Yeah. Excellent. It should be easy for you to find and talk to them then, assuming you...
Oh, Majesty's
Remember all that.
coming. He's hacking Jacob's immune system.
Yeah. If they need any coercion to form again, let me know. I have tricks up my sleeve.
What sleeve?
My metaphorical sleeve.
Stop it! Stop looking at the camera! Ever since I brought it up as an idea, stop! Ever since I brought it up as an idea to just do one day, I've regretted it ever since because you're now like so much more aware and conscious of it.
Well, I mean, I was always also aware of it anyway, because like I normally look at myself in the profile rather like going into rather looking into the viewfinder. This sort of thing that James Marriott, made a joke out of. It's one of those things like it's the first thing they tell you in screen actually is never look directly at the camera. Now the rings. As Puritas died a number of years ago, don't worry about that ring. Just take the 3. Yeah, that was implied. Why would you need to bring that up again? What?
She's sadistic. She just likes to bring up Juliet's death every chance she gets. You know, since Juliet is dead, you can use these other rings. Revival of the dead is still impossible.
Okay, if they haven't tried in 8 years, I doubt that they're going to now. After they reunite, send them up here, and I will delegate top. Oh wow! Okay,
so you definitely just automatically enrolled them again. Wow! Congratulations.
She really just using this as an excuse to recruit them again, rather than actually keep them safe.
Or go look for a new pop group. Like the cycle continues. That's how we started the season.
I mean, she has so many more pop groups that didn't exist when Kitsch called her out for that. So but she's covered her bases at this point. Celeste will also do further research into the situation to give you assistance. If you wish, I can teleport you to those locations to make it quicker for you. Please, I don't have enough money for travel expenses.
Yeah,
I would very much
literally.
appreciate that.
Well, it would cut costs, but I'm not sure how I feel about teleporting. It feels weird. Oh.
Well, how else are you going to get down from here? Would you
time.
rather I land the spaceship? That's going to be even worse for you.
Yeah, quite successfully. Most people vomit their first time. I can't believe I made the Harry Potter reference before you did. Oh my god. You could have just said no! Okay, can I perhaps go home now? I need to properly pack things before I see the Pops. No, goodbye. Off to Journey you go. My address is...
Don't worry, I already know.
No!
I already know what it is, but yes.
You freak! You stalker! Go back to the planet you came from, you freak!
I looked into your mind. I'm like Morning Frost. I can do that.
Oh no!
I can see your address now. Yes.
Oh, I thought the hashtag security was part of the message, not like the rest of the username. All right, yeah. Hello, welcome back. Just let Celeste know you're ready to teleport.
I'm not. I don't want to teleport back. Okay, I'm ready.
The sooner the better in this situation. So
Teleporting now. Goodbye.
Look how much of a cool bag there is that she has.
I don't know what I've got myself into, but it better make for a good article. Yeah, especially like when you got only 2 weeks to do it.
I mean, it's you know what? It certainly will. Given everything that's going on, it absolutely will. In the end, it seems like Mr. Penn just actually did pick the right person for the job. And there you go. That is the episode.
It's over. No.
It's over now.
Gotta wait another 2 months.
2 months? Yeah, I wish. Man, we're on 9 months since last Secrets of the Plex episode, man. Let's go. Woo!
Well,
Yeah,
there's an animation sequence, so...
My fans are dropping like flies.
I was gonna say, at least I have the remix, because between musical episodes it's been even longer than that. But yeah, so so the thing that I thought was gonna happen didn't happen, so I'll just say what I was going to say before. As soon as Giselle asked what they were doing, I was gonna make the joke of one at a concert recently, but I didn't say that because I remembered from season 1 that Giselle was actually seen in that concert. Much like Azula in the Storm episode of book 1 of Avatar, we actually looked for her. Oh yeah, she was there the whole time. Similarly to that, we actually can see she was even walking towards them. That's when she walked past KW in the street, I think. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that I thought was going to be like the final image of this episode, being like, okay, that's why she's now searching for it. Because I think at the time I might have said that it seems strange to like only focus on either one of them in that episode. What happened to them, especially because like how the future holds. Like final shot almost could have been like the end of the episode, but yeah, now it seems to be now I know where that's going. Yeah, that tracks absolutely.
I was originally going to put those shots of her going to the concert at the end, but it was already a very long episode, and it was like 10 p.m. and I was tired and I wanted to get it out, so
I mean,
I was rushing the end.
I guess you had enough recycled montage footage anyway, but yeah, I guess that explains why there's no like outro or anything, which I was also going to ask about. I mean, I suppose. So yeah. That was certainly a beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. Speaking of beginnings, I'm trying to think of where to begin with final thoughts.
I can go first if you're still putting together.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so final thoughts. Again, I feel like I'm talking the same thing about Kesaru, it's like huge glow up. As you could clearly see, I loved the addition of the 3D modeling you've been doing. I've seen the process of that behind the scenes, and it turned out so well in this. The fact that the Oracle powers thing happened so many times basically tells you that this series is self-aware in like an appropriate fashion as well, but also like it makes the characters more relatable to what people actually think. In those situations, because usually the reviewers like make jokes about what they should be thinking, not expecting the character to say that very thing like in the next shot. So that's a good thing, definitely. Spelling was stellar. I didn't see any issues with that besides Montreal being spelled wrong, but even that was just a Canada thing. Same with jewelry, but again, I digress. I think I wasn't sure, but it looked like you might have had lighting, but I wasn't entirely sure. It's just that purple bedroom that you had. It looked like that Giselle was blending into the scene a little bit more, but that could just be my tired eyes like associating everything together. Did you do any lighting at all, or was I just hallucinating?
A little bit. Like I tinted the characters slightly, but that was all the lighting that I did.
Okay, glad I wasn't imagining it then. I thought that introducing like this new character of Giselle is very interesting, especially considering like for the first episode of Ballet Pops, you don't really see the Ballet Pops. I just find that kind of funny. Like it's kind of like British Pops in a way, but like appropriate, like it's still revolving around the Ballet Pops. It's all about them, and you don't even see them in this episode. It's kind of cool actually, and I
was still referenced, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know, but I just mean like we never met the characters in this episode.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how to feel about the character of Giselle just yet. I like how established she's like who she is, like what she's doing with her life, where she lives, whatever. She's a well like defined and rounded character. At the same token, I feel like she picks and chooses when she makes references to the Pops like lore in general or like franchise in general. Like she didn't know anything about it, but then all of a sudden she started talking as though she knew about it. Like it felt like it was a pick and choose situation when the plot demanded it, when they needed the plot to progress. But other than that, I loved the way everyone was framed in this episode, and I especially loved the way Majesty is framed in this episode. I love Majesty in your version of the series, because it's definitely what Jacob was saying, where it's post Gacha review. It's post Gacha review Majesty. She's a little bit more off-putting than she should be. So I found that
she
really
still does all of the same things, but people have caught onto it now, and she's a little bit more sinister in her phrasing.
Exactly. The music was good. The backgrounds were great. The 3D modeling was very nicely done for someone who was a little bit new to it, if I recall correctly.
Kind of. I've been doing it for 2 years, so I don't know if that counts me. Yeah.
Remember she said before there was the Easter egg with the flower pot was like that was the first one.
Yeah. I just recall I recall you like saying you were struggling a lot with the models, which made me think like you were new to it. But I guess even
No,
so,
it's just the program. Ever since I started my animation degree, and even after finishing now, the program that we have been using for 3D modeling just hates me. So it's just an ongoing thing.
Well,
Yeah.
still, you showed your perseverance to get that to work, because a lot of people might just give up the second a problem shows up. So that's inspiring as well. Yeah, overall I enjoyed this episode. It was a good establisher. I'm excited to see what more there's to come. Looked great.
Yay.
Bless you.
Sorry, my mic died again. Yeah. So you're going back to the question from the beginning of the episode. You know, what was the reason behind them reuniting and getting back to the original idea of the show? Because yeah, again, the original idea of the show was you know, this would be the starting point, and you have to we would piece together what happened, you know, from the other, you know, from the grieving characters, but also from the perspective of the you know audience surrogate new person. So going from like the change context back into the same situation was always going to be a risky risky endeavor, and I feel like that's been partially addressed here because you know we know why they need to reunite now.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get a little bit more when the next episode releases, when we actually meet the Ballet Pops. I feel like that motivation will be way more established at that point.
Well, I mean, the motivation is established because, like, you know, their lives are in danger and everything. However, like the reason that their lives are in danger now, well, first of all, the short sentence, but also like how he immediately seems to, they see that how immediately it's like going back into threatening them in the first place, and how we seem to have gone away with it. How even got caught in the first place. Because yeah, removing him in order for that to work, he had to be removed for 8 years in some way. And I was waiting for there to be an answer at some point in either one of like the Google searches the Poodle searches, my bad. Or just anything that would like show like how exactly he got caught and like what exactly was going on. Because like again, unfortunately, I don't think that was ever that Juliet ever said who Silhouette actually was, because when she was, you know, there was like a joke in season 1 where Aurora was like, wow, Silhouette and Juliet rhyme. Wouldn't it be funny if you two were related? Would it be even funny if it was your uncle? And she was like, yeah, ha, ha, yeah, it was a shame. Which, first of all, she had no reason to like withhold that information anyway at that time. But because she did, now I'm questioning again, like, you know, how he even got to this situation in the first place. So that's definitely something that is going to like need to be addressed in some way if you haven't got an answer already.
I think there actually might be an answer. That wasn't that the whole reason why Odette, Kitri, and Aurora were at court in the first place? Were they not the accusers?
If they were the accusers, they would need to have known the information to accuse them in the first place, and they didn't.
So, well, did they know? Because Eli said yes.
After Juliet's death, the family kind of pieced things together from what Robert kept on saying, you know, I'll kill Juliet, you're gonna die, etc.
Oh, so, right, okay.
Well, he's a terrible villain. Yeah, he's awful at his job.
Not as awful as Giselle is.
Yeah. Again, that's why I'm not entirely sure what Giselle is. You know, journalist with terrible memory doesn't really work.
I mean, a career change for her would make sense, given, you know, again, the information that I know about, you know, how about like the intended proceeding of this. But my goodness, at least she's, you know, driven to, you know, like help them for their sake, even if it also obviously for the article. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a little bit of Tintin, or Don Don, as you should really say, but you know, like that character. Yeah, I mean, you know, journalist who is, you know, like out to do the right thing and constantly finds himself situations that are way above like his pay grade. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So it's not out of the question for that to be, you know, a character archetype. It's just that, you know, the memory thing and, you know, the general lack of a sense of logic is an issue for her at the moment. And hey, it's good to have give your character flaws. I'm not saying they shouldn't have flaws in general, but those specific ones definitely come at the expense of how the story like comes together. So that's the real issue.
Final thing, and I just remembered it now as you said, like the flaws like come at the expense. I feel like the expressions were a little bit weak on this episode. Everyone kind of had the same like expression for most of the time, if not just their mouth shapes changing. I felt like there could have been a lot more dynamics when it came to the expressions on the characters' faces, especially when there was like fear going on, or like the scene with Giselle and her boss, and you could have like changed Giselle's expression to be a little bit more unamused, while you could have the contrast with Albert being all bedazzled and excited and clearly passionate and clearly thought of this at 3 a.m. type of deal.
This is how you know we're still in the Pops universe, because that's every show.
Well, yeah, but again, that's what a Gacha review is all about, trying to bring it to the best that it can be, and that's where I feel like probably one of the only things where it came a little bit short.
Okay, I was reusing shots to make production quicker because I was on a time crunch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's just the nature of cutting corners when it comes to production. But it's like
and also the one drawback of Gacha story right now.
Yeah, it didn't really matter whether you were reusing stuff or not, because like it was consistent throughout that the emotions and expressions were quite vague and dull. So the only thing that I saw that like actually like resembled something that was other than that relaxed neutral emotion was when Giselle asked Majesty about the Ballet Pops.
Yeah.
And she had her, it was at this moment that she knew she screwed up moment.
I mean, it's the proverbial slipping of the mask. That's, that I really liked, absolutely. Like, it stood out for that reason. I was questioning why Bond, like, brought up the shots beforehand, because, like, everyone noticed, like, the background. That was obviously the intention behind it. But, yeah, like, given what you just said now, I get it now. I get why it was.
Well, I feel exactly. I feel like Majesty actually would be the only character where just a consistent, relaxed, unbothered expression for the entire time would make sense, right? She's not human. She's like an emotionless being who is clearly a lot more unsettling in this universe. I think by making this character a little bit less relatable, by making her expression consistently relaxed and neutral throughout, but also adding certain slip-ups like what you saw in this episode, would make her a little bit more unnerving, if that's what you're going for, which it kind of seems like you are, I'll be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna surprisingly push back on that, because I mean, like, I don't talk about like the good Majesty moments like as much, but yeah, like in the source material particularly, she actually like gets along well with the girls. Like they actually hang out. Like otherwise, they have like a general good rapport between them. And that's why they dedicate a full song to her. And went out to the edge of time to rescue her, and all of that stuff. So it's not like Majesty is a heartless entity, and ultimately the reason she started making pop groups was because she wanted to go and help humanity. That was her and her brother's original mission, going from Avalonia in the first place, to stop, they were supposed to destroy the bunglers, not join them, like that kind of thing. It was basically
that's fair, because I guess I'm forgetting the source material, right? I've been born and raised with Gacha Pop series, which kind of feels significantly different from the source material at times. Like the whole thing about Majesty being evil just kind of feels canon to the Gacha universe when it isn't. So yeah, that's fair. If the source material, it's always good to stick to the source material, especially when it has to be accurate in that sense. So yeah, that's fair, because I do forget at times that Majesty is on their side. I'll be honest.
Also, my sister Abby wants to say something very desperately.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Go back to the crowd scene.
The crab scene.
Go back to the crowd scene.
I speak Aussie.
After the concert.
Oh, crowd. Sorry, I heard crab scene. Okay, crowd scene. Yes, I know the one. Here we go. Wait, whoa, whoops. Sorry. Here we go.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you want
Hi,
to say now,
person who said
Abby?
Hi.
Look in front of you. In front of your characters, look in front of you.
That's me.
Ah, okay. Is that you then?
Oh, the
Yes,
tiny
that's
one?
her alter ego, Piano Goblin.
I love that.
A lolly.
That needs
as
to be
one
a,
would-
that needs to be a
would say.
featured character now in something.
I will make it I will definitely. I'm making it one of
That
the
sounds like
frequent extras.
That sounds like an akumatized villain, Piano Goblin.
Heck yeah.
All right, fair enough then.
Yeah, she was begging.
no-
She was begging me to do that for like the past 10 minutes. So
Oh, I see. Fair enough then. Yeah, good. we do take a while to get through final thoughts sometimes, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that was it for me.
Okay. This is definitely the most interesting corner for us because all people that we know are on this side except for Nino.
Yeah, I don't know who's behind us. The person with orange hair and blue
That's-
streaks.
Good question.
that's the person who made shaded the thumbnail.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
And then
Natalia.
their reward was to be literally overshadowed by KW.
Yeah,
You know what? You're right. You
they're,
couldn't fit everyone in this photo.
yeah, they're a friend of Maddie's. Yeah. So
Okay.
Oh, so that's why they're in the background. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right,
the one-
you appeared in the
not the
video.
one-
not really, but
You wanted.
and then the person with the green, like the really bright green, and the person next to
Ah, yes,
him,
the man.
hidden behind Giselle. That's two of my classmates from when I was studying animation.
Oh yeah.
So-
Honestly, the one behind Giselle really that does give animator cameo vibes. As sometimes used in TV shows, you'll see the animators like how they seem to have like a much like more like, detailed
He
design than
looks
some
like
of the other
Connor
extras
from
that would
Detroit
exist.
Become
Yeah.
Human.
And the person in the green, he really likes M&Ms, but so I put him in like an M&M costume, but it's an N&N costume. It's the off-brand.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was about to say. Okay, yeah. So he's not pregnant. Okay, I was
Yes.
thinking back to WoW Studios. All right then.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. What about the two with like
That-
the blackened faces and
That's
Friday Night
my
Funkin'
friend.
look nice.
I'm a little
That's
scared.
one of my friends from choir. That's her IRL OC and then her actual OC.
I would hope that's not her IRL OC. I think she might have a
Yeah.
condition.
Oh, wait a second. Do you mean to say that you did the same thing I did in Mutant Girl, where you got sent like the main Gacha OC in the IRL version and just made them like interact with each other?
Oh god.
I had Emily talking to Emily in the remake episode 1.
Yeah, I cannot imagine my IRL self talking to my character Bond. No.
Mhm.
It was
They would
by
get
her
along.
request that I did that. So
They would get along, but no.
also I'm going to have to head off now. So
You gotta go
Okay,
play
before
hide
you go,
and seek.
but before you go, who's the person in the very very back behind your two animator friends?
that's Midnight Unknown. She's
Oh,
one of the
Midnight,
ones in the server. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Usually-
the person whose name keeps getting mentioned to me and I keep forgetting to look into. I'm pretty sure.
I'm still curious about who's behind the scary people on the left. There's a blondie behind
But-
them.
That's another one of my friends from choir.
Oh,
All right.
fair enough. I thought it was Karina from the Star Tribe.
I thought it was
Alright then.
Tamsin.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you can go now. Well, we'll all
Yes.
sign off here because that makes a lot of
All
sense,
right.
especially with this
Yes.
particular image. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. So if you haven't done this already, tomorrow we'll look at the Tree Pop season finale. Why not? And then I'll try to bring up Midnight Unknown because I keep forgetting. So yeah, on that note, until next time, farewell.
Bye.
Hello.